I come from the French Socio-Political Data Center and been working there for 12 years now. But the center is older than me, because we have been sharing research data for 20 years, and as Ariana and John mentioned earlier, opening data does not necessarily mean it's completely open. And get to that. I'll get to that later. So one of our main missions, is to serve the French and international social science and humanities communities, and we facilitate the reuse of surveys and data that come from both quantitative and qualitative methods, mainly in the field of sociology and political science. We began by sharing the election results that were on paper. My colleagues digitalized those 20 years ago, beginning with the 60s. And just for you to have an idea, now the ministry is publishing them right away once the election takes place. So things really changed. We have funding from Sciences Po, which is political science university, and from the French National Research Center. And we accept data that come mainly from Sciences Po, because we are located there, but also from the national and even the international community. We are 25 people, data managers, panel managers, survey specialists. Now, I would say that six and a half work on sharing data. And we also have a probabilistic panel, the French ellipse probabilistic panel, and also other projects. I will not get into details. So I will take some of the things that Ariana mentioned and try to give you an idea about how that's all the national frame and ecosystem, all the things related to the national frame and to the national ecosystem, they change things for us. So I will begin by briefly mentioning the French platform Open Science, then two of the working groups I and my colleagues got involved into, and our implication in the research data group portal and network. And also I will briefly mention and even develop a little bit more about a bit where the CDSP got funding for 2 projects to do research on open science practices, and we're really happy about that. So yeah, I mentioned that we accept, we have deposits that come from the community for 20 years now, and we are a small archive and we do not accept everything now. At the beginning, we had to convince people to give data to us, so really convince them. And I still remember all the presentations we would go and give them to really try to persuade them, it was the word, to deposit data. And sometimes we succeeded, sometimes we didn't. But what we saw with the first plan for open science, and with the second even more, was that people came to see us and tell us we want to deposit data, and also people that wanted to build repositories came to see us and ask us how we did it, because we have our own repository and our metadata are harvested on several others, like research data, Gov or the CESDA data catalog. So things really changed. The main criteria for us to accept data is, of course, if data comes from our field, and also we will evaluate its potential reuse. So that those are really the main things we take into consideration. I will also briefly mention two um, uh, at, at the beginning, I would not say we were feeling lonely, because it's not the word. We are part of several networks like Projedo, and we worked with other colleagues. Projedo is the social sciences French data portal, and it plays a big role in the infrastructures. Also plays a big part in this ecosystem. So I would not say we were alone, but still we used to speak only to people that came from social, worked with data in social sciences like we did. And now with all the colleges, like the Skills and Training College that Ariana mentioned, we get to speak to people that come from different fields, and so we expand our horizon, and we learn a lot from them. So this is really good. So yeah, I took this example, the Skills and Training College, that was a part of the National Plan for Open Science. Open Science's fourth commitment. I had to send a resume and a cover letter to get accepted, and I was really happy when I was accepted. And Ariana already showed you these guides that were published by the college. The good thing with the guides, for example, if you take the passport for open science, is that I know that a lot of universities, and we also intend to do it, used the content to create training materials that they use to give training in their universities. Also, it's a really good resource to share to PhD students. The same the same remark is available for the other guides, and I know that they are really used, which is a very good thing. So yeah, we reuse data, but we should also reuse things that are already there, like training materials. So this was a really good thing, in my opinion, that the ministry did. Ariana also mentioned the OSMI initiative. We will also be a part of that. It's a newer one, and yeah, we will also be a part of that, and really happy to be involved in that. And also, I see the time is running, so I will be brief. I mentioned a bid that was open last year. It was called Réso 2024, and the main theme was research on open science practices and stakes. I think it was, from what I remember, the first time we had a bid really where we could do research on data, which was really good. So these are the projects that were selected. And we had two, like I already said, and I will speak briefly about one of them, which is the Fair with DDI project. Our main goal when answering to this bid was to work, because people today, and I'm sure you all already heard about the FAIR principles, people today speak about FAIR a lot, but not enough about reusability. I'm obsessed with reusability. I think you noticed. Yeah, I was really wanted to work on what makes data reusable, because the R of FAIR, which was supposed to result from the three first criteria, was a lot less studied than the first three ones. Uh, so this project has three main objectives and three main work packages. So I'm speaking about it just to give you an idea of what type of projects the ministry would fund. So the first one, the first objective is to empirically validate formal criteria of the reusable criterion. And we will do a survey, a quantitative and a qualitative survey on the reuse of data. The second work package will work on the creation of online tutorials on a standard that has proven its impact on the reusability aspects. I'm speaking about the data documentation initiative that a lot of European and French archives are using, and it's a standard that the French national portal is also using. And we will also want to establish a protocol for curation of questionnaire survey metadata using AI, and we'll also build a question bank. So really briefly, in a few words about each of the three work packages. In the first one, we'll come up with formal criteria. In the end, we hope to come up with formal criteria to study aspects linked to the reusability of InFair. So the main questions we'll ask ourselves will turn around data quality and provenance, and also on meta standards like DDI. If today we speak a lot of metadata when thinking about the R, in my opinion, we have not yet assessed enough everything that is related, not everything, but things related to data quality. We are doing this to, of course, do a better implementation of the FAIR principles and to account for replicability and reusability. So this is the research protocol. Maybe it's not useful for me to go through it right now, but we can come back if you have questions. We intend to write a research paper in addition to the criteria that I formulated, and we'll also, of course, share data collected in the project with the community. We are doing this in collaboration with the Center for Social Sciences in Hungary. The second work package will be done in collaboration with Closer, and thank you again for working with us. We'll have a sprint mid-May, and we intend to write a slide deck material in French and English and share it with the community. And the work package 3 are upscaling metadata using artificial intelligence. We were lucky enough to get Oscars funding for the Ontolist project that will, both of these projects will speak to each other because we intend to reuse some of the elements that will be linked to the in artificial intelligence that will be built in Ontolist in this work package. The main deliverable will be an open source question bank tool that is already developed internally at the CDSP and that will be published, that will be online this spring. I'm coming to the end of my presentation, so some conclusions. It is very, I think the right word would be useful, but I would like to think of a stronger one, but I not inspired right now. So it's really useful to have a written policy that gives an official frame and direction. uh, the community working with data, with research data, is a lot more dynamic and visible now. Uh, Obviously, a super good thing is that funding for open science research that is open not only to researchers but also um, to the other members of the academic community is out there, and this is a good thing. Standards like the Data Documentation Initiative have become more visible and important in France, and I have emails almost every month from somebody asking me to provide them with training materials or meet. And if, John, I think you can say a few words also about that, because you were also asked, I know, to come to France and um, give training to some people. And also, I think the last benefit, obviously, this list is not exhaustive, but the last benefit that I would see is the French community is now more visible internationally, which is really good. Thank you for listening, and I'm happy to take questions now.